Hey guys, and welcome to another Factorio workshop. As always, I am joined by Mad Zuri.
Greetings.
And today we have a robot production setup submitted by Kondrad. And this is, it's pretty large, but it's, as far as the frames and such go, this is all perfect ratio with the engines to the frames. And I suppose we can start on the right side here, where he is making the pipes and gears locally. And then importing the red circuits and the iron and the steel and the green circuits and the batteries on the bottom here for the frames. And yeah, it uses a perfect ratio, so normal engines take 10 seconds and electric take 10, so it's a 1-to-1, which he has, and then the frames take 20 seconds opposed to the 10 of the electric engine, so it's a perfect 1-to-2 ratio he has here, which is really nice. And those insert, they grab their circuits, grab the batteries, and then they export. I like this nice little trick where the splitter is like, it's going right into the underground, so it doesn't merge, but it makes it kind of nice and compact by doing this. And yeah, so they all go onto this belt on the bottom, which then wraps around to the production of logistics and construction robots over here. And one thing you pointed out, Zuri, was that it does seem to give preference to the logistics bot thing, because obviously it comes first. So, I mean, typically that wouldn't be a problem, because I think you would normally want more of those anyway, but...
Yeah, usually you build up the logistic bots first and use that to bootstrap the building of more logistic bots.
Right, true.
But starting out, this thing acts kind of funny.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just from not having enough bots total in the network since we started this anew. It's a really good early game build for getting your robots started, and as long as you're not looking at it when it starts up.
Yeah. So just a fair warning, what does happen is when you start it up, they do a bit of cycling where the bots will take grab into this requester and then dump into the passive and then take from the passive into the requester and do kind of a bit of a feedback loop here for a little bit, but it does sort itself out. And in regards to what all this is in the smarts, I'll let you cover that, Zuri. You probably can do that better than me.
Oh, it just detects how many extra bots are in the network. It has the XY ZT output signals.
Mm-hmm.
And those are sent to the inserters so that if you're, this should be, equal than or less than 0, just in case.
True.
But yeah, so there's available equals 0 of those bot types. It puts them into the port. And if the available number is greater than 200, it takes that type out. So
right.
It kind of redistributes around the bots. Assuming you have one of these little blueprint things, like you could probably extract this just little chunk here, spread it around the base so that your bots can redistribute their own bots. As long as you have every single port set up like this, it'll keep it available so there's always available bots, nearby.
Yeah, exactly. So, pretty straightforward setup. Nice, kind of smart insertion and overflow here with the export. And you can see the whole thing has now stopped. And if, hopefully, I'll probably break it by doing this, but if I take out these logistics robots, for example, it will insert a couple, a full stack size worth, because the available hit 0, and there you go. If they obviously went off to be used, then it would insert more until it's no longer 0. But yeah, so like I said, very good early game system. I mean, it produces, you can see how fast these frames are stacking up. It produces them at a pretty good rate, actually. And yeah, I think that pretty much covers it. Just pump and lube from the top, which we didn't mention, and you should be good to go. You could optionally bring in gears and pipe. Well, gears from the bus. I don't think most people bus pipes, but some people bust gears, so those could be brought in from elsewhere. But that does pretty much cover it. You have anything else to add, Zuri?
I have a small complaint concerning the use of splitters to merge. Normally, it wouldn't be a concern, but with really expensive items and the fact that you'll lose 2 on the end of each splitter as it merges together, I'd prefer not to do that because, frames are kind of expensive really early game to get stuck 2 each on every single splitter in the build.
It's actually an extremely good point. I had not considered that myself, but yeah, when you count up these splitters, there's quite a few frames sitting here that you can't use, and even if you went by and picked them up, then they would just restack at the end when they export more.
Yeah, so I would generally avoid that, and it doesn't really matter if you only use one side of the belt anyway.
Yeah, you could just have this side load directly onto it, and it wouldn't really hurt anything.
Other than that, it's a good build, I think.
I would agree. All right, cool. Well, as always, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed, found it helpful. Leave your comments below, and until next time, we will catch you later.
Later.